Hi, thank you so much for joining us on Amazon Live with Kia Babies. My name is Julie Ann, and I'm going to have the pleasure of hanging out with you, talking about life, parenthood, the journey, some awesome baby products, and we get to do it together. I am a little crazy today because, I don't know if there's any other amazing parents quite like myself who selflessly ate your children's Halloween candy because you didn't want their teeth to fall out and not be able to sleep. So I ate way too much Halloween candy last night and I haven't slept. So if I have any fellow parents out there with me that stole your children's Halloween candy, solidarity. Thank you for thank you for telling us. I do want to let you know that this actually isn't television. I'm a real person. I'm here. I would love to know you. One of the beautiful things about Kia Babies is creating this beautiful, amazing community that we're a part of. And I want to know who you are. So say hey in there. Say, hey, Jules, what's up? So I can talk back to you when we get a chance and just continue to build and grow this beautiful community that we have over here. I will tell you that I am totally knee deep. I am knee deep in this parent journey with you. I have a 4-year-old. He just turned 4 in July. I have a 3-year-old. She just turned 3 at the end of October, and a 7-month-old baby. So I'm knee deep in the still up all night. If you have any advice or tips, I'm still nursing my 7-month-old and I get some sleep, but seriously, with his teething, my sleep is suspicious. My sleep is a little suspect. So if you have any advice, I may have 3 babies, but I am open to a little bit of help on how I can sleep a little bit longer during teething time, like hook a sister up. Let's see. I wanted to tell you some of the fun things that are going to be going on today. We're going to go over some awesome products, some of my experience and journey, that my limited experience of having 3 kids. I'm here to answer any questions that you may have, and I'm totally going to be asking you questions. So please, once again, respond if I don't know the answer, help me out. I just can't wait to show you all the fun things that we have going on today. I'm from Ventura, California. I normally say LA, but some people just don't know where Ventura is, so I claim the LA side. So if I have any of my California peeps, hey, what's up? Shout out, give me a shout out that you're here. I'm going to go ahead and show you some awesome things. And I want to know, actually, I would love to know what your kids were for Halloween. I was about to move on to the products, but I want to know, what were your kids for Halloween? And if you were pregnant, how did you pull it off? Did you have, I remember one year when I was pregnant, I totally was Britney Spears and I did the oops, I did it again, baby, the belly. So I totally want to know, how did you rock your belly? And oh my gosh, did you take pictures? Please send us the pictures. Especially if you went trick-or-treating, were you baby wearing? Were you, I don't know, I want to see them all. So if you can, send us some pictures. I would love to see it. And this year we had dragons. My kids were dragons, and my little one was a baby dragon. My son was a dragon, and my daughter was Rapunzel. And they were so cute. I wish I was one of those moms that could pull off those awesome themed family costumes, but for the life of me, I cannot get my husband to wear a costume. If you have advice on that, how to get your husband to wear costumes, tell me about that. I'm very interested. My husband, he doesn't understand the Halloween thing quite the same. He's like, it's for kids. I'm like, I'm a kid. I'm a kid at heart. Anyways, I could talk all day, but I'm just not going to. I'm going to go ahead and show you some awesome products. I do want to let you know that everything that you see during the stream is available at a 10% discount during the stream. And it's available for 1 hour, 1 hour after the stream, but you have to put it in your shopping cart during the stream. So add it to your shopping cart and check out within an hour after the stream. If you're continuing to shop, just go ahead and check out, because Amazon is this wonderful, amazing abyss of things to continue shopping and lose track of time, and your whole night is gone, and then the discount is gone. So put things in your shopping cart and check out in time. If you miss the time, don't worry, we're going to be back next week showing some other awesome products that are going to also have some sort of discount or some sort of advertisement, something next week. So if you miss it this week and you forget to check out, don't worry, there's going to be some more awesome gems next week that we're going to be going over. One of the things I love most about this brand is the community that Kia Babies creates. I've said it before, and I'm going to probably continue to say it until the cows come home, is it's not about buying a product and off on your way. Kia Babies is about the community that it creates. So please, please, if you have the time, if you have any social media, join us on Facebook or Instagram. I know Kia Babies has a presence in Pinterest, but be part of the community. Be vulnerable, be authentic, reach out there and say, hey, I'm struggling with this, and let these other parents be the support for you. An amazing thing happens when you become a mom, or you become a parent, or you're struggling to become one. This whole world of support and understanding and people willing to give advice, it just opens up for you, and it's there for you to just take. You're not alone, or you're not just only with your family for support on this. Like, reach out. There's a huge network of people that are there that are willing to share and help you along the journey. So check out the Kia Babies on Facebook or on Insta, and just like legit, when you go on there, you're just going to see that moms are like, oh, my kid's not eating or whatever. And other parents are there to help you out and be there with you. So, all right, I could talk about that all day, but I am going to start talking about some of these awesome products that we have. Our first one that I'm going to be showing, I have my all my notes over here so that I don't get lost. The first thing I want to talk about is our Sonogram picture frames. I'm going to go ahead and unbox one for you so you can actually see what it looks like. All of Kia Babies products, they come in just these beautiful cardboard boxes. They're already ready to like give as a gift. The presentation of Kia Babies is just really just extraordinary. I have to say, like, sonograms, I feel bad for my kids because I totally had sonograms and they ended up at the doctor's office. They ended up like in my purse. They would get crumpled, and I wish I would have taken better care of them. Like, now that I see, like, I could have upped my game a bit. But we're going to go ahead and, actually, this normally is wrapped in, it's wrapped so that you can see it in here. But where it's available in 2 different colors. We have the white and the black. It's this durable, like, I don't know if you can hear the quality, like real wood, like it's durable wood. And it's a glass, it's a beautiful glass, like premium glass, really, frame that on top of it. It's not like the cheap, like little plastics. And they're classic. They're going to fit really in any themed, any nursery, themed or not. They're going to be there. They're beautiful. And they do have 3 different inserts. So if one tickles your fancy, great. If another one, it says, like, there's 3 different ones. So this one says, precious little one. This one says, our little miracle, if you'd prefer that. And this one over here, it says, love at first sight. I think actually that's the one that I would put. I was totally one of those moms that the first time I got pregnant, it was so surreal. I wasn't that connected. I wasn't that connected when I had my first one during my pregnancy. And I don't know, maybe having something like this constantly reminding me and being in the presence, I would have felt that connection a little bit sooner. So white and black, I love these. I'm going to show them. We also have the one that is available with the trimesters. Now, all of these are beautiful to give as a gift, like to give as at a baby shower or to your spouse, or if you can imagine announcing maybe to your partner, like putting your ultrasound picture in a frame, giving it to your partner, and that's how you're going to tell them that you're pregnant. I don't know if you have just found out you're pregnant or haven't told anybody, or maybe you haven't told your parents that they're going to be grandparents or they're going to have another grandbaby, but you totally could put like an ultrasound in here, wrap it up really beautiful, give it off, and something. Okay, let me talk about this 3-1, which I love. You have it. It's first trimester, second trimester, third trimester. Love at first sight. So again, it's this, like, I don't know if you can hear the quality of the wood. It's not like it's real legit wood. And again, it is premium glass in the front. It's not plastic or acrylic, nothing like that. Will fit in any nursery. I think we only have this available in white at the moment. But again, it's going to fit in any themed thing. And it does have something I do love, this insert. So let's just even say you're on your first try. You can go ahead and put your ultrasound picture here. And then these will be inside the frames where it says coming real soon, your ultrasound photo from your second. Can't wait to hold you, like this little insert that you can put in there. So it's not just like empty holes, and you don't have to wait until you have pictures from every trimester before you get this frame. It gives you something to be excited about, something to be anticipating. And I have to say, we put all this focus on the baby, which is true. The baby is why we're doing this, right? But it's also for you or your partner, your wife, or your grandchild, whoever it is that you're shopping for right now. It's the accomplishment of what we're going through, what we have gone through, of growing this human, and what we're doing, what we're creating is just amazing. So you can think about this as a gift for yourself as well. Like, you've got this, you're killing it at the pregnancy game, I'll tell you what. And you can go ahead and like just remember everything that you're going through over there. Let me see some of these. Tell me that's not too cute, right? You can put that anywhere. I love these. I love those in there. Yeah, so if any of those tickle your fancy, go ahead and look in the cart below. If you're just joining us, I will give a short reminder that everything available in this stream is available at a 10% discount during the stream and for 1 hour after. The only thing is you have to put it in your shopping cart during the stream. Hit claim. There's a claim button below, and it will automatically deduct the discount when you're in your checkout, as long as you check out within an hour after the stream. So there, we have that. We have those picture frames. You know what I was also thinking actually is, I totally was going to move on, but how cute would this be if you had an ultrasound and you gave them nice Christmas presents, and got to either announce or give these as gift? Because, you know, like, especially parents, I think the older we get, we tend to have everything that we need. People don't need a lot of things. So you definitely could give something that means sentimental things that mean something to your parents, or, you know, something like that. And you can wrap these under the Christmas tree. I love it. Okay. I want to move on actually and talk about, I think some of these You know what I'm going to talk about? I changed my mind. I'm going to talk about our pregnancy journal. I have, because we're on this sonogram thing, we have a nice picture of a sonogram in here. Here is our beautiful pregnancy journal. This one is like a blossom. It's a blossom pattern over here. And I have to say, I was totally one of those moms that thought, in my first pregnancy, I thought I was going to become a different person. And I had this dream that I was going to journal every day. And for real, I went out and I went and bought the best pregnancy journal. And, the pregnancy journal was great for sure, but I am not really a journal. I didn't journal every day. So what happened was I wrote in it like, "Dear diary, I'm going to write in you every day." And, I wrote a bunch of stuff the first day. Then the second day, I didn't really have as much to talk about. And then the third day, my life is exciting, but it's not that exciting. So I ran out of things to say. Then I would go a gap of time without writing anything. And then it started to feel a bit defeating. And so I never finished it. And if I had a journal like this, I totally would have. And I wish I did, but I bought what I thought was the best. So if you are not a journaler, you are totally going to be able to journal about your pregnancy journey. And the thing is I would say like the theme of today's stream is to remember, and you don't want to forget. You don't want to forget what it's like to be pregnant. You don't want to forget the aches and the pains and the victories, and it goes so fast. You can't remember everything you can. And the only way to like remember and preserve it is to write it down. I think our whole world, we've become so digital that we have nothing tangible. And there's nothing in your hands. It's just like, I don't know, when the time comes, like when your daughter is pregnant, you're not going to like give her your Facebook password to look back and find out what your pregnancy was like. But you could give her this journal as, a guide of what your experience was like in detail. You could give this to your future daughter-in-law or partner-in-law, whoever your child decides to be with and grow a family with, and have a firsthand experience of what it's like. And I have some friends too that weren't, their journey wasn't to actually be pregnant themselves. And they had surrogacy. And I thought, how beautiful would it be if a surrogate could keep a journal about their experience during the pregnancy, and you could keep your own journal and have that for your child. I was like, wow, this was just something amazing to think about. And I could go on, but let's talk. Let me just show you the details about this pregnancy journal. One thing I love, I always say one thing I love, and then I love so many things that I think it loses its power when I say one thing I love. So you can put your ultrasound picture, you can put a bump picture, you can, I don't know, color a picture, anything you want inside. But let me tell you what I do love is actually inside here, you can see that it's like really well protected inside, that it's not going to come out so easy. Is that it actually has an envelope that the picture is going to go in. So actually if you can see how difficult it is for me to take it out, you're not going to be so worried that your picture is going to fall out. But it's actually an envelope for you. I don't know if you can see, it's like an envelope that you put your picture in. A lot of times they just have a plastic covering on top where you slide your picture in the back, and the sides can get all wonky and kind of, this is like encased, so it's plastic on both sides, so your picture is safe. And then you can just go ahead and slip it in this book, and it will just slide. It just slides right in there. I don't know if you can see that. It just slides right down. Now we have the what are these called? Like the binder rings, whatever. So it can get a lot of use. You're not having to fold open pages to use it. Yeah, I love that. Now I love it. Okay, so when you first start journaling, I'm not speaking to everyone, but like there is this thing when you're first starting a new habit of I'm going to do this every day, and you have a lot of gas, like there's a lot of gas in your engine that you're going to be chugging along. So there is space at the beginning of you definitely to be doing that when you're talking about your discovery of being pregnant. I'll show you. Oh, and they all have like these little, you can't really see it, but they have like these beautiful quotes that are at the beginning of each chapter. Really, I'm going to call it a chapter, but so at the beginning of this, you can write down, your discovery, when you took your pregnancy test, why you took the test, were you late, were you before my missed period every time I knew. So why I took the test would be a good one for me. And their reaction, and a photo test of the kit. Okay, this is my advice, has nothing to do with this book, but my recommendation would be going into this phase of your life, printer. Get a picture printer, because a lot of times, like, you have to wait until you have enough photos before you order them online, or before you go to Walmart or Target or whatever, and you don't get around to printing pictures out that you want to be using. Or you get your pictures to put up on your walls, and then those pictures never change because you never order them again or whatever. Totally get a picture printer so that you can keep memories of your kids, keep pictures of your kids for like things like this, or scrapbooking, or pictures to just give during Christmas to put in photo frames, and it's done really fast, and you don't have to go out and make it a deal to get pictures delivered, or wait for them to be delivered, or not ordering enough photos. So get a picture printer for your life, and then when you have to order a lot of photos or a bunch of stuff, get it off on you, because everything is digital. All of your photos, I'm guessing most of your photos, 99% of your photos are on your phone, and there's nothing tangible, nothing to hold. So my advice, get a picture printer so that you can have something to hold. So with that, it says put a picture of your pregnancy kit here, or your test kit here. Now, once you put a picture, you're never going to know what that says, so you can put any picture you want. And something I love about, I don't know if it's in this book, it's in one of these books that I'm going to be showing you today. Kia Babies gives permission, even though you don't need permission, but there's something healing about getting permission for you to rip out any pages that don't suit you. So if anything here doesn't suit you, like, feel free to just take it out. This is for you. I find them all completely valuable and stuff that I would use, but it feels good to have freedom, like have that permission. So you can talk about your announcement, how you felt about it. But you see, they're all like short, they're just like short little spaces. Like, it's not going to take you all day. You don't have to schedule out all this time for you to fill out and journal, which is kind of what happened to me. Was I had a lot of blank space, and the less and less I had to say, the more blank pages there were, and it didn't feel great. I was feeling like, ooh, I haven't written in here in a while. These are all prompted, so it also helps that if you don't journal for a while, you can go back and fill these things in, and you are not going to forget that often. Like, you could journal in here, you could go months without journaling in and still remember what happened at your first doctor's visit, like, here you are. See, look at it. It says, you are the proof that love before first sight exists. So sweet. See, and add a photo of your bump. This is before you have a bump, kind of what your body goes through. Or, if you're an artist, draw something, or if you have other photos, or you and your partner, or you. For me, I did a picture of me and my doctor and my husband. Like, we took a picture of my first visit, and my last visit, and then the following visit with baby, I took a picture with my obstetrician. So you can write down about your first doctor's visit, and your first ultrasound. How did you feel about it? when I first saw baby, how did it feel? Like for me, with my son, the first time I saw my ultrasound, I didn't feel anything. I always wished that I was the mom that like had, like, oh, I'm growing this amazing and beautiful life inside me and feel this strong connection. And that wasn't my journey with my first. I did feel that with my second. But with my first, it kind of was like a whole surreal, like, felt like it wasn't really happening. I think too, I was lucky I didn't have any morning sickness, so I didn't feel different. I didn't feel other than tired with my first pregnancy. So that's something that I would write down, and I would be honest about it. Like, I didn't feel much. And for me, it took time actually after my baby was born before that loving and mother side kicked in for me. And I think that that's going to be a beautiful thing for me to pass on to either my daughter, because I have 2 sons and a daughter. For her to know if she goes through something like that, it doesn't mean you're a bad mom or struggling. Like, that was just my journey, and that's just what happens. And being okay with all of that and being authentic with your children is just beautiful. So I would completely be honest with that, and also to remember that, to write all that down, because you can't remember everything. I can't remember everything, that's for sure. Okay, you can talk about, your nutrition or your exercise, or, my exercise. I sat on the couch and wiggled my ankles. That was my exercise while watching Game of Thrones at first. Or if you were super active. Actually, with my first, I was totally at the gym till the end, but my second, that was not the case. So you write things down. Okay, then here's the thing that I totally love about, one of the things I love about this, and I said it again, one of the things is that, okay, you get excited at the beginning, you want to write everything, but now we're just getting into the trimesters, and you just have 1 page completely prompted for your first month, for your second month, for your 3rd month, and they're all prompted to help guide you along the way. Now we're in your 2nd try. So you're not having to write every day. You're not going to have blank pages. You're not going to feel this defeat or this anxiety of having to journal. It's very easy. You're going to be very grateful that you've had the time to journal and write something down. So it's the same. You have your 2nd try, your 3rd try. It all does the same. And it has like a beautiful like poem here called Mother's Gift. Yeah, and so then you can talk about your birth plan on here and your name ideas. So if you decide to get this journal and preserve this moment in time for you, I totally recommend jumping to the plan before you find out the gender, so that you can put down your boy name ideas and your girl name ideas, and kind of why you decided to pick them. I have for my son, I wanted to pick the name Jaden. And I'm remembering it now, and I totally should put this down in my pregnancy book. Like, I should put this down for myself. Was that my husband vetoed it solely because that's Will Smith's kid's name. And he was like, I don't want to like a famous person's name that like I know. So he vetoed it solely for that reason. But that would be a funny thing to put down like in this book. Like, your name was going to be Jaden, but your dad didn't want you named after a celebrity that he wasn't like in love with. Okay, so then your thoughts on your names and your ideas, and kind of what you're dreaming the nursery to look like, and preserve it. Preserve, what did the nursery look like, or what were your dreams for the nursery? And it's just short, sweet, keeps you on it. You have your essential gear checklist on here. So, packing your car seat and your whatever you need, your baby carrier, your diaper bags. This is your essential gear checklist, because the truth is, with a newborn, like, you don't need everything. You don't need everything with a newborn. There's some essentials that you need. There's some things that are really nice to have. Like, that's the next step. You have your essentials. Then you have the things that are just really nice to have and get to let you enjoy the moment a little bit more. And then there's some things that you really don't need until they get just a little bit older and you get to know them a little bit more. What do they like? Do they like to be bounced or swung? So you're not getting a bouncer and a swing. So yeah, so here's your checklist, and this is just the pared down checklist of the things that you might need. Your clothing list, like you see, you don't need that much. Like you don't need that much stuff when you have a newborn. Don't buy everything under the sun. You don't need it. You need your essentials, and that's it. Then you have your hospital bag, the essentials checklist. There's definitely space for you to add more. I love it. It says like your cell phone and charger, snacks, reading materials, which we can also do on your phone. Your important documents, and write down what would be your important documents. I needed a lot of documents when I delivered. And just some notes. Then you have your arrival. And I just love how every page, it's not just blank pages. Like every page in this book is just beautiful. You get to talk about your birth story, kind of like how you went through this. My birth story was super intense, and it's a story that I need to put down because I really don't want to forget it. Again, print out your pictures, put a picture of mom and baby, do it at the hospital or whatever. Just get some, just print out some photos. I'm really telling you, having a photo printer is game changing for you to be able to document your life. Just time at the hospital, and then you can talk about your time at the hospital. There's blank pages. And this is a blank page. This is a blank page. You also can write a letter, like if you're having a daughter, or this can be a letter to yourself, a letter of how you felt, a letter to your daughter and her future pregnancy and your wish for her, and something for you to pass along. And something really beautiful is that you can put all of your ultrasounds in here. So you can put, it's like a little accordion envelope, if you can see in here. And you can keep all of those. I have so many not well kept. They're legit in a hat box of ultrasound photos that don't have a home because I hung up some and then the rest are a bit homeless. So you can put your ultrasound photos here, or pictures, a bump picture of you or at the hospital. Just put some memories in here for yourself, and they'll be nice and preserved. And then on the back, it actually has this elastic, so you'll be able to continue opening it, using it, and everything in here it's not going to open up, like especially if you bring it with you, or if you want to bring it to the hospital with you, or if you're just going to keep it at home. It's just not like, it's all nice and secure in one little thing. So the pregnancy journal, I love it. I love that it's prompted. I love that I don't have to write like a million. The truth is, I don't want to write a million things. I don't want to write pages. I wish I had that much to say, but I just don't. I don't have that as much time. So it allows that space, and still, it still has a lot to say and a lot to remember and capture in one book. So this is our pregnancy journal, available. It's available down in the cart right below. So just go ahead and add that to your cart. Keep your memories, keep them all in one place, and have something that you can pass on to the next you of that journey. I wonder if I can open it and put it there. If you are just joining the stream, I do want to let you know that everything I'm showing today is available at a 10% discount if you put it in your shopping cart during the stream. And for 1 hour after the stream, you just have to put it in your cart during this live stream. Click claim right below. You can find Kia Babies on Facebook, on Instagram, on Pinterest. I totally encourage you to be part of the conversation and introduce yourself on the stream. I really want to get to know you guys. We're creating this awesome family, and I get so excited to know that I'm making friends with people, and then it just feels very familiar and very comfortable for everyone. So introduce yourself here. Hey, again, I'm Julianne. My friends, they call me Jules. You can call me either. And let's add each other on Instagram, Facebook, add us, Kia Babies, and let's talk. So I'm going to move on to I'm deciding. We have so many beautiful things. Okay, I think we're going to do more books over here. Okay, I'm going to show you my baby's first years. These are our memory books. I love them. I love them. And I just like, as a mom, any mom is going to tell you, or parent, I should say parent. I say mom a lot because I am a mom. So if you are a dad, a partner, anything watching this and being like, I'm not a mom, I hear you, I'm with you, I see you, I'm sorry, I'm speaking from myself. But we can tell you, you forget, you cannot remember everything. You just can't. You can't remember everything. The only way you can remember is to put it down. So again, I'm strongly encouraging you to get a picture printer. They're not crazy expensive, and you will be able to have pictures with you on hand to keep memories, to give gifts, and it just makes your life a little bit easier and more tangible. Everything, I don't know. For me, I just don't connect with so many digital things. Like having something in your hand to hold and look back on is, I don't know. You can't get that. And it's something you can share. Like you're not just like, hey, relive some memories with me on my Facebook. You know, you're not going to hold out your phone and like flip through pictures with a bunch of people, but you definitely could sit down around the coffee table and open this up and look back over your child's, first few years. I think this craft a memory books, it comes in a few different themes, and I'll show you the other themes, but I'll go through details in one, and then I'll just show you the other themes. So it's really a theme for everyone. Again, this one has the ribbing in here, and it's really a hard cover, so it's really going to have it really can accept a lot of usage. For you using this and flipping through this book, it's not going to fall apart very easy. The pages in here are pretty thick on here, and if you can hear, they're not just like thin papers on here, so you're going to be able to stick pictures. The pages are not going to rip so easy. Again, if there's anything in here that doesn't serve you, like for reals, you can just rip it out. And we have a letter to you from Kia Babies, which is just talks about, how every childhood memory is precious and wonderful, and it is. And I'm so excited to capture all that. I'm just going to drop everything over here. So we have our beautiful memory book. Our memory book over here. It's called a craft memory books because you get to get a little crafty, but crafty as in you can print your pictures and tape them in. So this goes through about age 5 for you to document. So really it is for your first years. And you can just go ahead and like keep your memories. Like some things like I remember and I'm scared that I'll forget is like my kid, when he was 2, he wouldn't say orange, he'd say orange. And just small like things like that. I need to write these down so I don't forget it. So this is the story of, you put your baby's name, like my daughter's name is Isabella. We call her B because she couldn't say Bella. Like when she was a baby, she'd say B. So then we just started calling her B, and that forever has stuck. So it says, watching you grow fills my heart with so much love and joy. You make my existence matter. And isn't that the truth? Okay, so here we have our family tree. You can put down, I love it. You can write down about the parents. Every page, it's just beautiful. I don't know if like you can see, it's just like, it looks like paintings. Like it says, I'm ready to go on an adventure with you. So now they're broken up into chapters. So this is, chapter 1, when you came into our life, how we found out about you. And you see, they're saying how we found out about you. I think this is something that will go to your children, and this is something that your children are going to show their children. So I think that's definitely why Kia Babies has really made this such a high quality, because they are planning on this being something that's something that's passed down. So here it says, before you were born, you can put an ultrasound pic and a picture of the belly. And I don't know if you know this, but while you're at your doctor's office and you're getting your ultrasound, you totally, at least in my case, I use the same gynae the whole time, but you can ask them to print more pictures. So you don't necessarily get extra ultrasounds, but saying like, can you print like 3 pictures instead of 1? And they totally will be like, okay, and she'll just hit print. So you can have extras for a scrapbook, or if you wanted to make an announcement and give it to your parents. At least in my experience, it wasn't a problem to get that. So you put your ultrasound and what your belly look like. At any point, you could do beginning and end, or beginning and middle, however you feel, and what your belly was looking like, and your estimated due date, your EDD, and a letter to you. So as a parent, you get to write about your hopes and your dreams and how much you love them. And I think this is so beautiful because you never know what's in store for anyone. So having this written down, how much you love your child, and everything that you want for them is just so beautiful. So this, to me, I think this is my favorite part. I'm all getting sentimental, but it's my favorite part of this book, is to actually have it in the book, like your first letters. This is talking about, the moment our eyes met, and it's down to the weeks. It talks about your arrival, their birth date, your bio, like your bio as in the baby, your bio, their name, their date, their weight, put a picture because you have your awesome picture printer at home, and your footprints. Okay, so I'm totally going to show you, I'm going to jump a little bit out of sequence because I want to put these together if I have them. I'm going to get to the product later, but you can see in the shopping cart that we have Inkless Pads. These Inkless Pads, they can go right here in this book, and they can go in really any of the books, but if you get these Inkless Pads, your baby's feet are not going to get messy, and you can actually put their feet prints right in here. I'll go into detail about this later, but Inkless Pads, mess-free. It's down in the carousel right below, and you totally have these beautiful moments of when your child are like the tiniest little things. But I'll get to that in a minute. Anyways, put their feet here. Get the Inkless print when you get this. Okay, you can talk about their birth story on here, and add a photo here, or photos. Make a scrapbook. Like, print out a few photos, put them together, draw something if you feel like you want to draw something. And this is like thick, like if you can hear it, it's thick paper. So you can put photos, you can put a few photos on here, and it's going to be great. It's not going to fall out of here or ruin the book in any way. And I love it. Like, it's the details and the beauty go throughout the whole book. And you can see that I have like more themes behind me. Every theme, the theme runs throughout the entire book. So it's not just the covers and everything is inside the same. It's customized for your personality. Like, I love this. I think this one's called, Wonderland. This one's called Wonderland. But anyway, so you talk about where you lived, do a picture of your house. Like, who forgets about that? Like, sometimes you think, I'm going to drive you down and see like the house that I grew up in. It's going to be there, and it's going to be there for your children to show their children, and it's going to be great. What their nursery looked like, a picture of it, and you just forget. Like, you forget. I say you, but really I'm talking about me. Like, it's so easy to forget to preserve these things because they're so present in our lives today. But in 20 years, you might not be in the same house. You might not be in the same space, in the same city, in the same state, in the same country. You don't know where you're going to be, and you can have it here and just preserved, right? It talks about the day that they were born, who the government leader was, like, just the news, the important people. How much was a loaf of bread? Like, just just a frame of reference. Like we think back to like when our grandparents, like my grandparents, like, oh, I, spent like 15 cents on, and my brain is like fried. Well, we can have that for our children. So what seems normal for us, their kids are going to feel the same way that we do hearing about our grandparents' life. Now, again, something I love about these books is that they're short and sweet, just to remember the overall thing, the overall experience, the overall moment. Like, let's talk about your first doctor's visit, the date, how old were you, the doctor, your reaction, like how the baby do, your height, the weight, and a photo. And the thing is like you can have these this first, the first bath and how did it go? But you're not really going to forget that you need to do this at this very moment. That you need to do it be like, oh, I did the first visit, I have to fill it out in the book. Because it's not so detailed, you're going to remember. So you could fill out a few of these at once. And so you're not going to feel as, oh, they're empty pages. You don't have to fill them out when your child had their first doctor visits. You'll just remember. I mean, most of us put our schedule on our phones anyways. Look back and you'll be like, okay, there's your stats, there's your date, but here it's on something tangible, something I can give. The first bath, take a photo. And how do you feel about parenthood so far? How's it going? Are you on the struggle bus? Are you on the grace bus? Be authentic with your kids because they're going to love it. So it just says parenthood. Describe it in 3 words. What's your biggest challenge? What's your greatest joy? What are your favorite moments? Your thoughts. My favorite moments for sure is like when the baby is just like leaning over you and just sleeping. And then at times when you're feeling a little touched out, when your partner can take the baby and you get to see your baby bonding with someone, the person you are building this life with, is also totally beautiful. So those would be like my favorite moments. And so it just goes into detail. It says, chapter 3 is you became my everything. And this one goes through months 1 to 12. So now it's just a short little, this is a tracker of their weight and their height. And the truth is you pretty much get these at the doctor's visits anyways. This is just a place for you to put it and remember. So you don't need to worry so much about getting this information. You'll get it anyways. Just write it down when you're at your doctor's office. And then, if there's some months that you don't go, then you can, take a second to document it yourself. Or just don't fill it out and be like, no doctor visit this time. Let's see how much you grew in 2 months. It's easy going. Now, again, keeping it very simple, because when you have a 1-month-old, you cannot journal, or maybe you can. I couldn't. I was busy and sleep deprived. I didn't have time to do other things. So here's a short little thing. How's 1-month-old going? This is what you love. This is what you can do. Like, you can open your eyes and you can grab my clothes. And what you don't like to be put down. That's the truth. You don't like when I change your diaper. And put a picture. That's it. So you can remember some things, remember something that matters. You don't have to remember everything, and you're going to forget. So you get to just treasure these little moments. So also, 2 months. Again, I really urge you to get like a picture printer. These first few years, they change so much. Print these pictures. And also is when they're on your phone, you can print them all at once. So even if, like, let's say you're not printing pictures right now, you can just fill this out and put the pictures later. There's dates on your phone when you're taking these photos anyways. So just print them out later if you don't have a picture printer. And then just print them all at once. Be like, you were 5 months in this photo, add it to my list of things that I'm going to print. Okay. So there you go. So you just have it month by month, 9 months old, 11 months old, it's the same thing. You love, what can you do and what you don't like, just a small little thing. How about 12 months old? And then here you are. These are your favorite things. You're 1 year old. What are your favorite things? Your favorite song or your favorite foods, your favorite toy or book, game. There's categories. It's just beautiful. And it says parenting is awesome. I love this is totally Key Baby saying, right? Parenting is awesome. Sleep is overrated. Every day is an adventure. And it's so true. Like my daughter just turned 3. And so sometimes, like my son is solid. He sleeps through the night, and he has since he was 13 months. But my daughter, I co-slept with her, which I did not do with my first. So if she wakes up at night, she needs a friend. So she'll always come in our room. And I like wish that I could sleep because I'm still waking up with the 7-month-old at night because I'm breastfeeding him. But I love her snuggles, and I love her, like she's so sleepy, and what her face looks like when she's all sleepy, and it's totally worth like waking up for. And sometimes I'm really tired and I can't appreciate it in the moment, but I still love that she does it. So sometimes I'm like, I'm sleeping, B, go away. Okay, and then you have your birthday, happy first birthday, all your birthday stuff in here. You know, how you celebrated, who you celebrated with, you have space to put your pictures. And then you have a place to put all of your firsts. You can write about it. You can write about their first, who was it? You can post pictures here if you want, but you can talk about your first bath or your first smile, your first, the first tooth, your first haircut, your first, when you could sit up or when you could crawl. And don't feel limited, like, oh, I can't remember the exact date. They were 7 months old. How about that? Like you were 7 months old when you can sit up. You don't need to be like, you were 7 months old and 2 weeks. And what do they say? Like, they call it perfection paralyzed, when you want everything to be so perfect that it paralyzes you from doing anything. So let's shed that off of our identity and just be free to make mistakes and be free to be creative and be free to not remember exactly when your child does something and be like, okay, you could crawl. You were like, I think you were 10 months when you were crawling, Feel like you were you were around 10 months. Or if you were lucky enough to be there for something like that, you can actually put the date. But be gracious and kind and gentle with yourself because for real talk, as parents, that's the only way we're going to make it through this. And so now you have some space to free write and talk more about anything that you want to share, more about any of the first, like the first time you met your grandparents or the first time I left you alone with a babysitter or whatever. You have the space to write. And this is another like super sweet thing over here. It says the best part about these memories is creating them with you. And I think it's just so beautiful. And in here, I think we're going through some of the major holidays. And again, you're probably going to remember these holidays for a little while. So don't feel like, oh, it's Valentine's Day, I have to fill this out. You're going to take pictures probably anyways. So just when you get around to it, just go ahead and come back here and fill these out when you get around to it. And then print out these photos and just paste a photo, your Valentine's Day, your spring or Easter or your first summer, first 4th of July. I love it. It has the USA, our little star over there, stars and stripes. It's just how we celebrated, who we celebrated with. And I love that everything is prompted, so you don't have to muster up what you're going to talk about. It's all prompted, and there's enough space for you to write, to write a short little thing on what you wanted. What happened on their first Halloween? What did you do? Who did you celebrate with? And post pictures, your first winter. So anyways, it just goes on, including down to preschool, your first preschool. I love this, songs we love. And I love that here there's no lines. There's space here. You can put a picture or you can draw something or you can just free write diagonally or just something that's less uniform and free. Let's talk about like the feeling of that, just free. Just be able to be free and do what you like. And there's space here for that. And And it says, watching you experience all your firsts, kind of like, what has it been like as a parent watching them go through all these firsts? And I encourage too for you to get your partner to write in here to their like point of view and what they've also seen or. So I have a husband who absolutely will not do that. My husband's sentimental value is nil. However, when it comes back, he appreciates things later, but to do things for the reward later on sentimental things, that's not his jam. So if your husband or your partner is anything like mine, like interview them, just interview them and just be like, what is it that you want to say? And write it for your partner. Not necessarily that they wrote it, but in my case, it would be like, your dad loves you, his favorite thing is this, and blah, blah, blah. And that way there's something from both their parents. And in here, it talks about, your second birthday, you're 2 years old in here, your third birthday, now you're 3 years old. And it's short, again, short and sweet. And there's here, and it says artwork. So go ahead and let your kids, like here, they're 2 years old. What can they draw? Like a circle? Maybe. My kid's artistic ability is great as mine is, which is terrible. So I think it's artwork that I will treasure even more because it's awful. Some of my friends, their kids are starting to, like draw squares and draw circles, and my kid can't hold a crayon. When he was 2, but he'll be fine. He'll figure it out. And it's the same thing for their third birthday. And again, something I love is it's short and sweet. It's just these small little things for you to be able to just remember, be present with, connect with, and have that down. And something I love is that because the artwork is on every age, you're going to see how much their ability can grow in a year. Like, okay, so they can't draw a circle year 2 as scribbles. Maybe they can draw circles and squares by the time they're age 3. When they're 4 years old, maybe they can write like numbers and draw a house or, so that's super sweet. And you also, you can just let them go to town because these pages are, again, super thick. They'll be able to like color in here and you don't need to worry too much. So we're going to go through it. That's the 5th birthday over here. And where is it? Oh, here we go. And then we have your first day of school and your thoughts beyond toddlerhood. So you talk about the first day of school, put a picture of that, and then your overall thoughts whenever you have time to just sit down and reflect on how those years have gone for you and your voice for you of what your journey was like. This is something I think that your kids, my kids, are going to look back on as kind of a guide and advice. And I think of the way that we appreciate people being vulnerable and authentic with us, especially when we are going through something like parenthood, like becoming a new parent, where there's so much information out there. It can be totally overwhelming to find compassion and find relatability. And your kids are going to be able to get that from you. And you have that moment and that space right here for you to do it. It's going to be beautiful. So tell them, how did it go, the toddlerhood? And put a family photo, or photos. Make a little thing. You got it over here. See, here it says, I love this thing, and I'm going to hold it up for you. But it says, my only wish for you is to grow up happy and healthy. I love that. Okay. And then how to get started. Okay, so this I love. And this probably is other than the fact that it's like short and sweet for each time, like it's completely a doable book. You can create a scrapbook and a memory book. This is 5 years worth of work in one small book that you can remember and like encapsulate your child's from primitive years, you know, like, okay, so this is probably my favorite thing on here is this is space for you or loved ones to be able to write a letter to your kiddo. So this can be like from your parents. And I would encourage you to either have this out when baby is born, or maybe at their first birthday party. You know, if people are allowed to have parties by the time this, I don't know what's happening with this pandemic, but maybe we'll be allowed to have parties. But to have this out, so this can be, you know, from your grandpa, or like my children call my parents Momo and Popo. So this would be Momo and Popo, you know, like Popo could write, you know, a little something. And, you know, sometimes old people, like my grandpa is 96 years old and he's still totally kicking it. So he would be able to, you know, write, like my grandpa would probably just write, love you, grandpa, great grandpa. That's probably all he would be capable of, but to actually have his writing in one place, to have your parents writing in one place, just here with their love and the promise of support and being there and the joy that they felt, you know, and two, because, you know, as much as we want to keep everyone that we love with us forever, that's not the reality. And the sooner that you can have this written down, you're going to have that no matter what life throws at you and throws at them. So you will have something down to give to your kid from an elderly family. Like my grandpa's 96. I hope that he lives, you know, till he's 200, but that's not going to happen. But he'll have something in this book for my little one. And I love my grandpa. I named both of my sons after my grandpa. So there's pages in here for people. And, you know, if grandpa writes here, you have space for someone else to write, space for someone else to write. And also, if more important people come into your life later, you know, don't think that you have to fill them all up now. Leave the blank pages for people that come into your life later, or when they have kids and you want to pass this off onto them. And again, it has this, I love this, these folders that are in the back of here, this little thing. And now this one is not an accordion one, so you can't like put like a million ultrasounds, but you can write a special private letter to your kid, or you can put a couple precious pictures in here, just something that you really want them to remember or share with them, or a picture of their, you know, grandparents or something, just like a secret, you know, you have a secret that you can share with your little one, and it can be right here in this book. So let me close this one because I'm totally a little OCD and I like things to look perfect. And I am very okay with my OCD-ness. And it's something my husband is a total bully, because I am someone like I'm obsessed with labels. So I make everything in my house, like, you know, coffee and brown sugar and baking sugar and white sugar and flour and whole wheat flour, and everything is labeled. But he'll turn like all the tops to them to make me crazy. Okay, so I went through this in detail, but I do want to show you the other designs that we have of this. So I'm just going to put this like over here so I can show you the other designs. Really, we have something for everyone. Look at how cute this one is. This one is like the Fairytale, what is it? It's called Fairytale Land. Fairytale Land? It is. Fairytale Land. But again, it has the theme throughout the whole book. So it has all the same prompts, but it has the same prompts with different, every page is different, and it's, you know, well, I'm flipping through it, but like it's in theme with the front of the book. Look at Richard Castles and, you know, like the Cinderella shoe and, not actually Cinderella, but you get what I'm saying. Just like the shoe and just beautifully themed with this one. So this is our Fairytale Land. Absolutely adorable. Again, has the folder in the back for you to keep your little secret. And it just, you know, Kia Baby says, create wonderful moments together. Let's do that and let's remember them. We have, I have a picture of. Look at this one. This one's so cute. I love this one. This is SeaWorld. And we have our little whale. Love it. I love it. But look at all the like the beautiful like little animals. Like it looks like this is like water paint type of designs. So they're all the pages again are in theme with this. Look at this, so cute. And these are not pages I picked out. These are pages I'm just randomly flipping to. So like they're like every page is made for that. So we have that over here, and we have one more. And this is the Adventure Land. So cute, right? They're so sweet. I love it. I love how sweet like baby things can get, and before our children decide who they're going to be, we get some sort of say in the cute little things that they have. But look at this. Is this like a hedgehog or what? I'm not sure what animal is that. I think it's a hedgehog. But just so cute. Like the pages are just again, I can flip to random pages, have the stuff. It's just so cute. So we have it available, and I think these are the 4 that we have that are available in the carousel below. We have to back them up so you can see their names on them. Here. There. You can see their names. Are they adorable, right? So if you like this one's called Adventure Land, and you see it in the pictures in the description over there. That's Adventure Land. This is the SeaWorld, right? Yeah, SeaWorld. And I think this is Fairytale. Yeah, Fairytale Land and Wonderland. Yes, and Wonderland. So we have these ones. Again, everything during the stream is available at 10% discount. Only stipulation is it's got to be put in your cart during the live stream and check out within an hour after the stream. So don't get lost in Amazon world, shopping forever, that you forget to check out and then you miss your discount. And if you miss your discount, like just know we're coming back next week. Next week I'll be back, and we'll have some other, probably not the same products, but we'll have some other awesome baby products that you'll be able to have at, some sort of discount. So, up there. Okay. All right, I'm going to jump to this one before I jump to my next pad. Okay, these are the Inkless. I should actually show you, do an unboxing is what I'm going to do. Inkless Ink Pads. Why did I not know of these when I had my first baby? I don't know. But let me tell you about these little Inkless pads. First of all, let me see, I'm putting them too far in front of the camera. Okay, if you ever see me doing something crazy, just message me. Be like, Jules, I can't see the product, and then I'll totally fix it. I didn't know about these. Did you know about these? I didn't know about these. When I had my first kid, actually my first 2, I didn't know about it until I had my second, these Inkless pads. So I totally I love doing crafts that is easy because I'm not, I have many talents, but creating pretty things is not my talent. However, I still enjoy the process. I enjoy having the memories. I do not enjoy the mess. And I don't enjoy having to keep redoing things because I didn't do it well the first time. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So these are amazing. So here, again, everything comes in these little boxes. So you absolutely can give these as a gift. These would be amazing for you to bring one of these. Okay, this might sound a little crazy, but if you brought one of these in your hospital bag, on the day the baby was born, you actually could take multiple feet prints of the baby on the day that the baby was born, and your gifts are done for everyone that's important to you. They come with these little, okay, let me just unbox it first. Okay, so we're gonna open up the green one because that's what I opened up first. Okay. They all come with their own instructions, but seriously, you don't need instructions. It's really simple. But Kia Babies wants to make sure that they cover their grounds, that it is completely for simple-minded people like myself, who I tend to not read instructions and figure it out as I'm using it. For everyone else, who they put the information here for you. So it just gives you the instructions, and it tells you to take it out. You know, it says to wash your baby's hands or feet and dry them thoroughly, and then hold your feet firmly and place it onto the back of the ink pad and gently and have gentle pressure for a good print. Repeat step 3 on the other, the hand of the card. And I did these yesterday on my son because I totally was curious. I was like, how many prints can I get off of one pad? And I got one of those, what do they call? They're like picture, like where you can paint on them. Like you can buy them from Amazon where they cost like nothing, and your kids can print pictures and put their handprints, and it's like an actual, like one of those painting things. If you know what that is, please put that in the comments below. And I got on one of those things, and those things like absorb. I got over 7 and I ran out of room, and so I stopped doing the imprint. They do get lighter as you go. Definitely the first like 3 were the darkest, but I still had complete clear prints by 7, and then I just ran out of room, so I stopped. They give you these nice, again, they're thick cards. Like, why is it that everything that they make has care on it? Like it's not just like normal paper. It's like nice thick paper that you could put a print on that, and use these you could write on here the day I was born, or the day that your grandson was born. And again, a beautiful gift. Put this in a picture frame or just give it, or part of the thank you cards when you get home. Put your baby's footprint on here. Thank you for the stroller that you bought for me, and put their little footprints on here. I'm going to open it up and show you exactly how it works, but this is how it rolls. You have tons of these little like cardboardy papers. You have your instructions, and you get 2 of the ink pads that are in each box. And you get a few prints off of one of them. So, yesterday I did 7. I didn't keep going because I ran out of room, but I'm going to open this up for you so that you can see how it rolls. I'm going to use, just like a blank piece of paper I have over here. So you open up this, and I'm going to call it Julianne proof, because on here, on this red part, it says, stop, wrong side, turn the card over. And for reals, pay attention to that, because if you don't, then you're going to get dirty. But if you listen, then this is going to be a clean thing. Okay, so you just pop this right out, just like that. And you can see, I'll hold it up. I don't know if you can see. I'll hold it up here because it's a white background. How this rolls. I don't know if you can see that my finger's coming through there. So what it is, it's like a clear foam, like a clear plastic here, where the ink, it says inkless, but the ink is on this side, but your child doesn't need to get dirty because this side is like plasticky, rubber something. So you have that. So how this rolls is you'll have that little card. You put this down. I can put it here. You put this down on it. Now you'll see if you put it down and I pick it back up, there's still no ink on this paper. So if you put it down, there's no ink, just clean. So you put it down, then wash your baby's feet, because if you can, or to wipe it, make it nice and clean, because like if there's like a cat hair or something or a little bit of dirt, when you make the impression, there's going to be that bump from where that cat hair was or that dirt was. You're going to see it because this is going to give you a full imprint of what you're looking at. But I will show you just with my fingers. And you just hold it down just for a second. Lift it up, and that's it. And then you let it dry. Let it dry. I could draw you a picture. You want me to draw you a picture? You can see my creative ability, and you'll see how amazingly talented I am. See, wait. hard to look on the camera, but you see how easy it is. And you can see it's the second time I'm using it and it's still totally dark. Like, let's try again. Again, completely dark, the third time I'm using it. Use the back. Again, fourth time I'm using it. So, I mean, I'm not going to claim how many times you can use this, but you are getting some idea of how dark it is and how many times you're going to be able to use this thing. Like, still completely dark. So, I don't know. I could keep going, but I mean, you're going to get a few things. And you use these. It's pretty fun. I want to keep doing it. So I use these to get ready for Christmas. If you touch this side, you're going to get ink on your finger. So don't touch this side. That's where the ink is. Just touch this side. So where the red mark is, stop. Don't do what I did yesterday, which was like, oh, it says wrong side. And I totally flipped it over and then I got it on my hands because I didn't read the thing that says stop right here. So pay attention to that. And I made like a little craft yesterday, and I wish I would have brought it, but I made, I called it like my mistletoes, and I took my son's feet print, and I put his little feet, and then like his little toes were there, and they were like mistletoes. So you have like a little green footprint, and you can, even if you want, you can color his little toes red, and just put mistletoes or like draw a little bow around it. So my artistic ability is none, so I love to use hand and feet prints to create things. Like I did, I have my mistletoes. I also have like monsters. So for Halloween, I made it a little monster. So I used their feet prints and I used a hand print. So the feet prints, the footprint was down, and then I put like 2 little googly eyes, and I used a Sharpie for the mouth, and then it was like a little monster, and then I put Daddy's little monster. And anyways, you can totally look it up on Pinterest, but you can do a million things on them. You can put them on nice, you can use this Inkless on like those clay, like the clay, and use the feet prints. You can make Christmas ornaments with them. Like there's so many things you can do using these, and it's zero mess. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't know about that. Like I would have like the whole paint thing, and then when you're dealing with paint, then you paint the background or you paint the thing, and then you have to, if you don't put enough paint, then you don't get any of like the details of their feet or their hands. You don't get the details, you just get the paint. And if they move, it gets really wiggly. So this, you just, and you push it down, and you have to wait. I think like they advise you to wait about like 15 minutes before you start doing anything fancy with it, just so that you don't ruin it. But I mean, with one kit, you can do more than one. So, but totally you can make so many gifts with these. You can use these as thank you cards, stamp their little feet, write on here, you know, thank you for the gift, or the day I was born, and do it just for your parents or for yourself. And use these and put them in your scrapbook that we just were creating. Put the feet prints. We also have my baby's first, the sketchbooks, which we're going to go over after, which also is a perfect thing for you to put their little feet prints in it. And you can just close it up, keep it in here, and then use it again. Yeah, now I'm not sure how long they last after you open it. So that's a question to think about, but I'll see if I can find the answer to that. But I definitely know you can use it, like use one. If you're in one go, use it. We have the ones that we have available today, we have it in green, red, and black, I think, are all available for the discount today, which is 10%. We also have it in blue, but we're sold out right now. The blue, I don't know, maybe there's lots of boys being born this year. So again, we have the black, the same setup, and a beautiful box, a nice gift for you to give someone, or just buy it for yourself because they're inexpensive. They're inexpensive and you can do a lot with it. So make some Christmas ornaments, put them in the scrapbooks, make your thank you cards. Yeah, see, look at this red, and it's such a bright, you can't see it through the plastic, but it's a really bright Christmassy red. And I love these, I love the inks on these because it captures every detail in a way that paint does not. And paint is really, if you put too much, if you put too little, if you put too little, then it's not enough, or there's, you know, like there's parts missing. Like on this ink pad, you put the foot down and you just kind of roll it, and it's not going to smudge anywhere. It's, I don't know, it's perfect. I love these. I love these. Do some crafts. Get crafty, and making crafts easy, I'm all for it, because I would love to get crafty, but I'm not a crafty person. So I would love to have crafty things. I want crafty things without having to do the work, is what I'm saying. So I'm going to put these out because I don't want us to forget about our beautiful stuff that we've got going on over here. So I love crafty stuff without having to be a crafty person. Let's talk about that. So all of my peoples, and if you are crafty, tell me, do you have anything else that you're doing with these Inkless Pads? Because if you found something creative, please tell me, because I have a 7-month-old, and you share it with me, you know that I'm going to share it with all the other parents that are out here on TV land watching, and share. Like, that's a beautiful thing, again, about becoming a parent, is we all share. We don't keep all these secrets and hacks to ourselves. So we share these little golden nuggets, and then we get to share with other people, and then we share and the share and the share and the love and all the support and love. And it's just like, it's a beautiful thing. Okay, Inkless Pads are done. Again, everything that you see, everything that I'm showing is available below. 10% discount if you put it in your cart during the stream. And it is 10% off during the stream. You have to put it in your cart during the stream and check out within 1 hour after the stream. So all you have to do is click claim right below. Somewhere down there's a claim button, and it will automatically be deducted when you're checking out. So you don't need to have any other information or anything like that. It's just, it'll do it automatically for you. So, yeah, Kia Babies makes everything simple. Again, follow Kia Babies online. Follow them on Facebook, on Instagram. It's just a beautiful community. And okay, I know we've been on here for a long time, so we're going to show you one more product before I depart you, which is, again, so where today is all about remembering, preserving, and keeping things around for a long time. And we're doing a different type of photo album over here. And this one is called Baby's First Years. I love this because this is a photo album. This is a baby album that you can actually just put on your counter. I mean, not on your counter, but like on a shelf or somewhere. And it's a photo frame on itself. So it doesn't have to necessarily be put away in the shelf with all of your books. The presentation already is beautiful. And so you can have your photos in here and out on display. And on top of that, it's a scrapbook. It's your baby book. Something I love, which I loved also, I showed you it on the pregnancy journal, is, again, it has the sleeve for your photos. So your photos are going to be well protected when they get inside. You can see, like, it opens up, you put the photo inside, so your photos are not going to be damaged. You can totally keep this insert. That way you can cut your photos to the right size, tape it on here, so that way you can put it, and it will just slide right in here. I love that they're plastic. This part is plastic in here, so it's going to be able to be used and all this other stuff while you're not going to have to worry about it, glass with a book. We have This Book Belongs To, and like all of Kia Baby's things, it's just beautiful. Like, the pages are beautiful, the designs are beautiful. The pages, again, are like thick pages. And it says, "Baby, you are one of my greatest blessings. You will forever be loved. Lots of hugs and kisses." I just, like, because I have a 7-month-old, all of this stuff seems so, like, to me. All of this, again, it's a letter to you on the baby's first years and kind of what you're going through in this book and what you can expect. It has your table of contents and through your pregnancy and your birth, and months 1 through 12, and then ages 2 to 5, your milestones, holidays. Again, these scrapbooks, I love it because they're all prompted, so you don't have to create so much out of your creating. You don't have to think about everything that you're going to be saying. It's here. It prompts you for everything, gives you space for you to draw pictures or the photos of your pregnancies, for you to, tape in here, like the card that you gave your partner when you announced that you were pregnant. About the parents and the photos of the parents, and it just goes through. It just gives you pages to write your birth story and your first family photo. And you know how I feel about letters to babies. Like, letters, they hit me. So you have space here to write to your baby before they're born, or after you've met them. Depends on when you get this book, but you have space to write something and say something to your baby. So that's beautiful. Again, where you live, a photo of, your nursery, who are their siblings, parenthood so far. It just, everything is prompted for you. And every page is beautiful. Like, everything is beautifully designed. I love it. You have your growth chart also in this book. So this is just a different style and has its own treasures on this book. So now this one, you just do like every month you talk about what you love, what you can do, and what you don't like. It's the just nice, short, sweet picture. You don't need to think too much. You don't need to write these big, long, empty pages. Just preserve the moments, write them. You just, all of it, 11 months, 12 months, all of it. Baby's favorites. You put down, your favorite sound, who's your best friend, and your first of everything's also, you have the first, your first birthday and your first of everything. So now I love this, the way this layout is, the first of everything's, because here you can put a picture, or you can write something, or someone else can write something. Something special about this one is it gives a lot of space, like a lot of freedom for you to remember how you want to remember it. So that's what all of this space is for your own personal touch, your personality to come out in this as much as possible. And your first seasons and major holidays. And you have your first Christmas. So it goes through all of that, and seeing the world through your eyes, which is the next chapter. So you have the second birthday, what's going on at 2 years old, just a recap of their 2 years old. Where did they travel to, and it can be, if you haven't traveled, especially during this pandemic, it's, we went to Universal Studios, or we spent a lot of time at grandma's house. It was during this pandemic, or, we still traveled even though we were overcoming something like this. And just go ahead and write all this stuff down. 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old. It's the same, nice, easy. You can do this on their birthday. It's 5 years worth of memories in this small book. Because again, and I said it before and I'll say it again, like, you're not going to pass down your Facebook password to your kids. You want something that you can give them. Like, you're not going to give them like, oh, check out your childhood on Facebook. Everything is always going to be changing, and it's been an amazing platform. Social media is an amazing platform to document our lives, and it will forever be changing. What's not going to change are the things that we're holding, the things we can keep in our hands. So let's not overlook the importance of being able to remember and put things down. So we have, the first day of school, the thoughts beyond toddlerhood. You have other, any other special memories, and again, complete free pages for you to do whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do in here, some blank free spots. So this one also is a beautiful picture frame, and it's just space for you to be a little bit creative, and you can do anything that you want with these, keep them out. So that's another one of these, and we have them, and I want to show you the actual like colors of them. But we have these 3 beautiful colors, or 4 really. Over here, we have this like cute pink one. Over here, and I'm gonna let them out. Again, we have this nice like blue, kind of like a sky neutral. I don't know. It's like a neutral blue, like a, yeah. And we have this beautiful kind of gray, maybe like a greenish gray. I don't know what the real colors names of them are, but they're just beautiful. You know what? They're probably in the carousel below you. It'll probably say the actual name. And then this nice white color. So again, they're gonna fit like in anyone's house. They're not. There's no side. Yeah. They're going to fit in anyone's home and look beautiful. You'll be able to remember and think back on their life. And it's not going to take a lot of time for you to do that, which, you know, especially the more kids you have, the busier you get. And especially all my working mamas out there, like you, working mamas to me are like superwomen to be able to raise humans and do all that. And my stay-at-home mamas like me, we are also superwomen that are doing so much. We're all just doing it in a different language. And anyway, so any parents that are out there, you're shopping for your kids, and thank you so much for joining me, for looking, for remembering with me, finding ways to look back at our life and your pregnancy, your first 5 years of life, your ultrasounds, your trimesters, remembering what you're overcoming, what you're creating. It's a really beautiful moment. Yeah, anyways, it's all really beautiful moments. So just remember it. It's so easy to forget. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I have loved hanging out with you and talking with you. Please say, hey, what's up? Again, my name is Jules. I'm with Kia Babies. Enjoy the parenting. Enjoy the parenting adventure and make every moment count. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.